Cisco. Together, we are the Human Network.
When 22-year-old George Hughley V allegedly entered his ex-girlfriend's apartment at around 2 in the morning on the 3rd of May, he kicked her locked bedroom door open, brutally slammed her head against the wall, and left her to die. Hughley was charged with the first-degree murder of Yardley Love.
The condition of Yardley Love's body when the police entered the apartment is anything other than a constant image in our heads.
Years before Hughley allegedly confessed to murder, he was a lacrosse star and quarterback at the prestigious Landon School in Bethesda, Maryland, which costs nearly $29,000 per year in tuition.
It's just overwhelming. It's so unlike him.
The Hughley's former neighbor, Peter Preston, and his wife have known George Hughley for nearly 20 years. To Preston, he'll always be Georgie, cheerful, polite, and outgoing. The athletic young boy who spent many an afternoon playing lacrosse with Preston's 2 sons.
That wasn't George that night. That was somebody that had taken over. That is not him.
Their backyards in Tony Chevy Chase, Maryland, merged into a happy childhood playground. When George Hughley moved out of the neighborhood about 6 years ago, it seemed he had everything going for him. But a more unsettling picture began to emerge 2 years ago. According to an incident report filed by the Palm Beach, Florida sheriff, in December 2008, Hughley and his father got into a heated verbal argument while aboard the family's fishing boat. George demanded his father drop him off at the beach. When he refused, the younger Hughley got mad and stated he was going to swim ashore. Hughley then dove into the Atlantic Ocean a quarter-mile from shore, refusing the life ring his father tossed to him before being picked up by a passing boater. That same year, in Lexington, Virginia, Hughley was convicted on charges of public swearing and intoxication and resisting arrest. Rebecca Moss, the responding police officer, observed an intoxicated Hughley stumbling into oncoming traffic. When Moss attempted to arrest Hughley, she says he unleashed a barrage of epithets and profanities, attempted to get away, and started showing resistance. Moss says she deployed a taser gun and called for assistance in order to control Hughley. She told the Washington Post that Hughley said, "I'll kill you. I'll kill all of y'all. I'm not going to jail."
I knew that he was really intoxicated that night due to the fact that he didn't even realize that a woman had arrested him, and he didn't even know that he had been tased that night.
Hughley was sentenced to 6 months probation and 50 hours of community service. The Washington Post also reported that in February of 2009, Hughley attacked a sleeping teammate after hearing that the player had kissed the girl Hughley was dating, Yardley Love. Police are investigating reports that Hughley may have aggressively confronted Love on more than one occasion prior to the murder. When I contacted the Love family by phone at their home here in Cockeysville, Maryland, I asked Yardley's sister Lexi whether she and her mother ever feared for Yardley's safety or ever contemplated her seeking a restraining order against George Hughley. They said they didn't want to interfere with the case and would have no comment. Then Lexi added, "We don't even want to speak the name." This was supposed to be the week that George Hughley and Yardley Love completed their senior years at the University of Virginia before competing in the NCAA lacrosse tournament. That was before Hughley was charged with first-degree murder. That was before Sharon Love had to bury her youngest daughter.